Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. A teacher from the Hazleton Area School District is under investigation for the alleged indecent assault of an 11-year-old girl. According to police, 38-year-old Joseph Disabella had indecent contact with an 11-year-old girl in late November at a home in Klein Township near McAdoo. Disabella is a diesel mechanic teacher at the Hazleton Area Career Center. Investigators say the alleged incident is not connected to the teaching position or the school. Hazleton Area School District Superintendent Dr. Brian Uplinger released a statement regarding the matter, stating that Disabella was immediately suspended following the accusations and will have no contact with the students as the investigation proceeds. Disabella has been charged with the indecent assault and corruption of minors in connection with the incident. He is currently free on $75,000 unsecured bail. His preliminary hearing is set for January 8th. Luzerne County Division of Operational Services head Jennifer Pecora has announced her resignation this week. Pecora's resignation was announced on Tuesday via email to the Luzerne County Council. Pecora has served as full-time head of the Operational Services Division since February this year. She has served as acting division head since December of 2023 and started her employment with the county as head of the Administrative Services Division in September of 2022. Prior to starting work for the county, Pecora was the Butler Township manager and the elected tax collector in Sugarloaf Township. The Division of Operational Services includes several developmental departments within the county, including roads, bridges, planning, and zoning departments, as well as the boiler plant and solid waste management. Pecora's last day of work for the county will be on January 3rd. A man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Paul Park is wanted for simple possession and use or possession of drug paraphernalia. He is known to have ties to the Freeland area. Anyone with information on Park's whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. Coming up on WYLN News, a fire in Plymouth displaces 2 people. Plus, police investigate a stabbing that occurred in Wilkes-Barre Township. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network Express Care. Now open on the Airport Beltway in Hazel Township. Walk-in care 365 days a year for common illness and minor injuries.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's WYLN forecast is partly cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Mark Steller had pain for months. Wasn't happy with his chiropractic results. He came here. We're going to show you a video of how we got his back fixed. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to WYLN News. 2 people are displaced following a fire in Plymouth Wednesday night. According to officials, the Hanover Township Fire Department was dispatched to the 1400 block of West Main Street in Plymouth Township for a residential structure fire. Heavy fire was visible from the structure as crews arrived on the scene. Firefighters were able to put out the fire, and no one was home at the time of the incident. The Red Cross was called to assist the displaced residents. No injuries have been reported, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. A man in Wilkes-Barre Township has been arrested following a stabbing that occurred Tuesday afternoon. According to officials, Wilkes-Barre Township Police and Pennsylvania State Police were called to the Arena Hub Plaza for reports of a stabbing around 3 p.m. According to a press release, the suspect, later identified as 26-year-old Jose Rivera II, has been charged with aggravated assault and other related offenses. When police arrived at the scene, they found the victim outside of Ross's department store with a severe facial laceration, which stemmed from a prior verbal altercation with Rivera. Rivera then fled the scene in his car, according to the release. Authorities were able to locate Rivera and his car 25 minutes later as he attempted to change his clothes and leave his home in an Uber. It is unknown what condition the victim is in at this time. Rivera was taken into custody at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. His bail will be determined at a later time. The Christmas Boulevard in Berwick is open to the public for the holiday season. Each year, the Christmas Boulevard invites the public to enjoy a wide variety of Christmas displays on Market Street from the comfort of their vehicle. The drive-thru displays will be open from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. every night between now and New Year's Day. Admission is free, but donations are encouraged. Coming up on Freeland's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Sunbury Part 1. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brooksnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to brooksnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's brooksnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Hello, I'm Wyln historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
The land at the confluence of the Susquehanna River's north and west branches had always been strategically important to Pennsylvania's Native Americans. The waterways allowed them to reach most of today's state, and trails branched off from the confluence's area in all directions. From 1727 to 1756, the area, at the time called Shamokin before the eventual town that rose 17 miles to the east would get that name, was one of the most prominent Native communities in the state, home to about 300 residents, including Delaware tribe members displaced by the infamous walking purchase from their homelands farther east. Among the most prominent frequent residents was the Oneida chief Shikellamy, who served as the Iroquois Six Nations ambassador to the colonial Pennsylvania government. Shikellamy frequently worked with colonial diplomat Conrad Weiser, often guiding him through Iroquois country, including the central Susquehanna Valley, on his missions. It is in Shikellamy's honor that the current town of Sunbury's High School is named. In 1756, while most of the natives' lands west of the Susquehanna was sold to Pennsylvania, those in the then Shamokin area retained control of their property. Within a few years, however, what is known in America as the French and Indian War broke out, and the confluence of the Susquehanna's branches was a militarily strategic location. British officers, wanting to protect their colonists from French and native raiders from the upper Allegheny region, built a series of 12 forts along the river, all the way up to near today's Lock Haven, with the largest and southernmost one in Shamokin. Built by Colonel William Clapham in 1756, it was named Fort Augusta in honor of George III's mother, Augusta of Saxe-Coburg. The fort was built so strongly that it was never placed under siege. While the French and their native allies did float cannons down the Susquehanna to try and conquer it, they found upon reaching the site that they would not be able to damage it at all. When Northumberland County was formed in 1772, its first councils met at Fort Augusta, and the fort's powder magazine was the first county jail. During the Revolution, Fort Augusta was taken over by American forces and served as the Patriots' military headquarters for the Susquehanna Valley. In this capacity, it became a place of safety for refugees escaping native attacks in the Wyoming Valley in 1778, an exodus known as the Big Runaway. Fort Augusta would be decommissioned and dismantled in 1796. Today, the property is owned by the Northumberland County Historical Society, which runs a museum in the adjacent Hunter House, which was built by descendants of the fort's last commander, Colonel Sam Hunter. Troops who stepped outside Fort Augusta's walls during its heyday, however, were not as safe. This was a lesson found out the hard way by garrison member James Patton, who in the spring of 1756 was tending the fort's cow herd. Unarmed, he stopped by a spring for a drink, when he was set upon by two native fighters who were looking for two other soldiers from the fort. They shot and scalped him, and the dying Patton's blood spilled into the water, turning it bright red. Since that day, the spring is known as Bloody Spring. When Northumberland County was formed, the then Shamokin was named the county seat. It was at this time that the nation's community name would be changed to Sunbury, after the town of Sunbury-on-Thames, just outside London. Thus, today's Sunbury cites 1772 as its official beginning. The community grew slowly but surely in the decades that followed. In 1775, the streets of the town would be laid out by William Maclay, a veteran of the French and Indian War and the subsequent Pontiac's Rebellion. Maclay lived in Sunbury from 1773 to 1786, after which he moved down to Dauphin County, helping his grandfather-in-law John Harris Sr. lay out Harrisburg. In 1789, Maclay would have the honor of being one of Pennsylvania's first two senators to serve in the U.S. Senate under the Constitution. Maclay, however, lost the lottery with the other original Pennsylvania senator, Robert Morris, and would serve only a 2-year term in the Senate instead of a typical 6-year term. He would make the most of his time in Congress, though, becoming an outspoken critic of George Washington's policies. After leaving the Senate in 1791, Maclay remained active in politics, serving 4 terms in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives and as a presidential elector for Thomas Jefferson in the 1796 election. William Maclay died in 1804. His house in Sunbury on Arch and Front Street still stands today, now known as the Maclay-Wolverton House. From 1811 to 1818, Sunbury had a celebrity in its midst, Lorenzo DuPont, former librettist to Mozart, who collaborated with the latter in many of his best-known operas, including Don Giovanni and The Marriage of Figaro. Fleeing his native Italy to avoid outstanding debts, DuPont lived a much more mundane existence in Sunbury as a grocer and distiller. He would build the first 3-story brick building in the community in 1814 at the corner of Market and 3rd Streets. Having fallen further into debt as his businesses failed, DuPont moved on to New York City in 1818, where he would go on to teach Italian literature at Columbia and built the first custom-made opera house in the United States. 1812 would also see an unusual confrontation at the Donnell House in Sunbury. General Hugh Brady and Captain Daniel Levy came to the tavern following a parade and sat down at a table to have a drink. At some point, for reasons not clear, things became heated between the two men until they each pulled out their swords and started dueling. Across the room, the two men fought, Brady wounding Levy in the shoulder and shattering his opponent's sword handle. Brady's subsequent parry shattered his sword against the windowsill, and it was at this point that bartender Michael Kutzner and bystander Samuel All intervened to stop the fight. Calm was quickly restored between the two combatants thereafter. Although more of a barroom brawl, Brady and Levy's fight is sometimes referred to as the last duel fought in Pennsylvania. As the 19th century progressed, railroads rose in prominence across America. The Sunbury area, with its location at both major land and water crossroads, was a natural junction point for the iron rails. Beginning in 1858, Sunbury would be the northern terminus of the Northern Central Railway, a longtime subsidiary of the Pennsylvania Railroad, which stretched south to Baltimore. It operated for 134 years until its tracks were washed out by Hurricane Agnes in 1972, and its then parent company, Penn Central, decided not to rebuild. 5 other major railroads were run out of Sunbury throughout the 19th century: the Danville and Pottsville, Philadelphia and Erie, Sunbury, Hazleton, and Wilkes-Barre, Sunbury, Lewistown, and Philadelphia and Reading. Many of these lines would also be consolidated into the Pennsylvania Railroad system. It would be in fact on the Pennsylvania Railroad near Sunbury, on the former Sunbury and Lewistown's line, that the first modern crossbucks would be introduced at railroad crossings in 1917. The railroads became one of Sunbury's biggest employers through the years. The Pennsylvania Railroad in 1872 built a large roundhouse in Sunbury and Packer Street. It had space for 36 locomotives. Operations there moved to Northumberland in 1911 when a new roundhouse was built there. The Sunbury Roundhouse was torn down in 1936.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists. Call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.